As we head into 2026 and I get one step closer to the grave, I have to reflect on the games that I've been playing for the past, I'm turning 21. Oh my gosh, I'm so old. For the longest time, I've really decided not to move on to the new releases. I've really just played the same games for the past 10 years. And I know that sounds insane, like you'd get fatigued eventually, but I really haven't. It's because the games I've stuck to have good game design. They're just fun. There's no predatory practices there in place to try to get me to stay addicted to the game. My main games have been really Minecraft. That one's transcended the 10-year mark. I've been playing that game for 15 years, and that's because it has a solid core foundation that's actually fun. I've played the whole entire PvZ franchise for the past 10 years. Literally have been playing Garden Warfare 2 for a decade now, and I still come back every once in a while. I might be a little bit burnt out of it now, but a phase will eventually brew again and I'll go back to playing it eventually. I feel like back in the day when companies had less resources to work with and way more time, creative freedom just blossomed. What we have now are these giant AAA studios that have less time but infinite money and resources. They can make anything they want. And for some reason, when all of these AAA companies have the ability to make whatever they want with infinite resources, they all make the same thing. Why? Why every single time that a new game releases, I'm literally seeing the same game? It's like Inception. I don't know what's happening. How can you release the same game multiple times? I watched what was it called? Like Gamescom or whatever this year? The one that everybody was hoping Half-Life 3 was gonna release at. And I'm just looking through these games and I'm like, every single one of these is the exact same thing. It's all slop. Every single one is literally just slop. Hero shooter, hero shooter, hero shooter. Battle Royale hero shooter, dark fantasy, medieval fantasy. Like, how? You have infinite ideas, infinite people, infinite resources, infinite money at your disposal, and you all make the same thing every time. I don't even know how that happens. And not only are they making the same exact game every time, they're making them unnecessarily complicated, littered with microtransactions, and completely inaccessible to anybody who works more than 30 hours a week. I have recently installed Deadlock. Huge mistake, I know, but I really wanted to try it. I thought the characters looked cool, and the gameplay looked neat, let's just say. So I install this game, I get in, and I'm immediately overwhelmed with HUD clutter everywhere. And I get it. It's a MOBA. MOBAs are complicated. MOBAs are for like actual full-on nerds. I'm not really like according to my calculation, like I'm not that kind of nerd. I'm more of like a geek, I guess. I don't know, but the point still stands. This game is complicated. This game is designed for unemployed people. What happened to the casual game for the casual gamer? Like, I just want to get home after work and just like hop on, do whatever objective the game has and get off without feeling like I'm having like a vice grip around my neck, like a freaking rope like pulling me into the game. What happened? Where did that go? Where did the casual game for somebody who just wanted to have fun and wind down after a long day go? That is the premise of this video. I want to explore the trends in the gaming industry for the past, 10 years now. Whenever freaking Fortnite came out, to be honest, or whenever Overwatch came out, that's kind of been where the downward spiral has started. So that's what I'm going to explore this video. I'm going to explore those trends, and I'm going to give my 2 cents on what I think actual good game design entails. These are just my opinions. I'm not a professional game designer, but I've been playing a lot of video games. I mean, I've been playing video games for my entire life, and I'm nearly 21, so that's a lot of experience in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Anyway, let's get into the rest of the video. So, a nuanced take here. I really think that these downward trends in the gaming industry actually started with Valve.
What? No, all right. I know that sounds bad.
And I know that can sound bad because Valve has made some of the most pristine, best games I have ever played in my life, but it's kind of true. They're the ones that pioneered the whole loot box system. If it wasn't for them doing that, I really don't think other gaming companies would have caught on, or at least not caught on as quick as they have. It might have taken a little bit longer for somebody to crack that code, but since Valve did it and other companies saw their success, they were like, we should add loot boxes. And then lo and behold, you have Overwatch, prime example of horrible loot boxes. You have to pay a ridiculous amount of money for one character skin and like a few stickers. Very ridiculous. But yeah, I think that newer games, especially ones like Fortnite, have really over monetized themselves to the point where I feel like that's actually bleeding into the gameplay, which is weird. Like the gameplay even being good, like you even getting a good match is down to pure chance. Who here can raise their hand and genuinely say, I enjoy playing Fortnite solos? I don't think anybody can even say that with a straight face, because the gameplay loop of Fortnite by itself is just not fun. You go in, wait maybe 3 minutes for a match, die in 5 minutes, and then have to wait another 5 minutes for a match. It's ridiculous. The only reason Fortnite can even be somewhat fun is because you have teammates that can carry you and actually help you play the game. Another thing I want to complain about is how games have been getting increasingly more like homework. Every time a new game comes out, they just load it up with as many features as possible, and I get it, you have the software and like the hardware, the resources, whatever, the teams to just throw as many ideas as possible. But then you get games that look like visual vomit to people who have not played them. Perfect example of this is Deadlock. Genuinely, before I actually started playing this game, and I've just looked at gameplay footage, I'm like, what is going on? Why is there 500 different HUD elements? Why is there like this just absolute cluster of abilities on the screen that I can't even read? Like, what is happening, right? And it seems like every game is like that. And I get it, like Deadlock is a MOBA, so it's gonna have these complex HUD elements that are hard to understand. Even in other games, it's kind of hard to understand what's going on these days because we've foregone visual clarity for flair. Perfect example is Overwatch. Maybe even Fortnite, honestly. Call of Duty sometimes does it. I mean, look at some of the character skins. They freaking have Kim Kardashian running around. That's not like cohesive game design. That doesn't make any sense. Why can't we have good game design that's actually cohesive and makes sense? Something that's easily readable at a glance, like TF2. Red versus blue. You're on red, you shoot the blue guys. You're on blue, you shoot the red guys. The characters' outfits are saturated and the background's more monotone, so it's easy to see the enemy, and the objectives are also saturated, so you know where you're supposed to be going, who to shoot, what to do, easily at a glance, and that is completely lost on newer games. Just completely gone. Nobody cares about visual clarity anymore. Let's add as much flair and annoying garbage on the screen as possible so it looks cool to watch, I guess. That's probably what it is. They just want it to look cool for esports.
It's tea time!
Yep, that is still deathly hot. Doesn't taste half bad, though. Besides for the fact that it just burnt my tongue. Anyway, this is tea time. This is a new segment I'm doing in my videos where I just kind of either correct myself or bring up a topic that I failed to in the video because, let's face it, I swear it has something to do with, like, this up here. The hair or something, I don't know, it just makes me forget things chronically. Anyway, this tea time is about Deadlocked. It's a good game. That's the blanket statement. So what I'm gonna do with this tea time here is tell you what I like about the game, what I don't like, and what I actually know about it. Mostly what I actually know first, because I don't want to make this video about a topic that I'm not educated in. I have not played the main game mode of Deadlock. I actually have it booted up on my computer here. Yeah, it's just called Deadlock. That's what, like, the main mode of the game is called. I have only played Street Brawl, and I've played a few hours of it, and I do have to say, this game is heavily addictive. Oh my gosh. I've never played a MOBA before. I've played tons, hundreds, maybe even thousands of hours of shooters. So, I know the shooter side of things, but the MOBA part? Whole different ball game. But I will say, for this 4v4 Street Ball game mode, they got it right. They have this, like, roguelike gambling element at the beginning of the game where you get to choose 3 different perks off of a slot of 3 random ones each turn. So, your first one, you'll get 3 perks, you get to choose one, and then so forth and so on. Well, it's cooled down a little bit. This is so good. This is like, I really should do tea more. It's so relaxing. And it smells so good too. It's like, it just smells relaxing. Even though it's not like pungent. I don't know, it just smells good. So that's really all I know about the game. I know the basic mechanics. I know that there's like perks and upgrades for your characters. They get stronger as the match goes on. And the movement is also insane. I failed to touch on that, but the movement is flawless. Almost TF2 level flawless. If not better, which is not a sentence I ever thought I'd be saying, and curse me for even saying that, but it might be true. Now, let's get on to what I don't like about the game. So, what I don't like is the kind of overstimulation, if that makes sense. And I get that kind of goes away the more you play a game. Like, when I first started playing TF2, it was like, what is happening, right? Like, I don't even know what's going on. Now it's starting to get to the point where I can just boot onto TF2 and destroy a lobby easy and then get off. No sweat, no heart rate rise, no cortisol spike. But for Deadlock, I'm still in those baby stages where it's like, I'm being overstimulated. Like, what's happening? I just got stunned 15 times and I just died instantly. Like, it's in that stage at the moment, but I feel like it's going to take way longer to get out of that stage compared to a simple shooter game, because you have those complex mobile elements that I'm just not used to at all. Like, there's like farming and all sorts of other garbage, so it's really complicated to learn in general. It's just overstimulating me. That's really just the best way to put it. Now, there are a lot of things I do like about the game. The movement, like I said, is flawless. The character designs, well, chef's kiss. The character designs are amazing. The moment my favorite character is the doorman. I wonder why, but no, like, it's not even about like, because I look like the doorman to an extent. It's just the gameplay loop and the lore is so cool. Apparently the lore with the character is that he's like this godlike being who came down to Earth after thousands of years of torturing mortals, that he now serves them as just a humble doorman. And I just think that's so cool. Like, that's really cool lore. But his kit's insane. He has like the portal gun, basically. He can make a door that he can go through and then put one on the other side of the map, and it functions like Portal, like the game Portal, which I think is so cool. And then he has like this bell that you can stun you with, and then he has a luggage cart that he can push you away with. But my favorite is the ultimate, is you can go up to somebody and you can send their like spirit to a hotel and they have to parkour to get out of it. I think that's the coolest thing ever for an ultimate. And the voice actor nails it. Actually, in general, all the voice actors in this game nail it. And they nailed it with the character designs too. At the moment I have the game up, you can't see it, but Billy, very cool looking character. But yeah, I will say that the game has impressed me a lot more than I thought it would. So I will give it that. Because at first, with all this footage I was seeing of the game, I was like, oh wow, this is just like an overstimulating pile of garbage. But clearly I was missing something, because after just a few hours of playing it, it's heavily addictive. It's the most addicted I've been to a game in a long time, and I probably have to quit while I'm ahead. Like, genuinely, I need to quit while I'm ahead. It's just gonna be bad. But yeah, that's it for this tea time. It's already been like 6 minutes. I'll edit it down. Yeah, just on with the rest of the video now. Just wanted to let you know that Deadlock, good game. Okay. Before we close this video out, I just want to give closing thoughts. I really think that part of this is me being a complete unk. Maybe I'm just used to the old times and I don't want to move on to the more young people Gen Z games. Even though, like, I am Gen Z. I don't know, maybe I don't know, maybe I'm an old soul, but I prefer simpler times. I prefer the style of game that's more easy to learn, hard to master. All throughout history, we've had games like this. Chess is the perfect example of that. Chess is an easy game to understand on its surface. You have these pieces, they can all move in specific ways, and only that way. You know, you gotta capture the king, and then that's the game, right? It sounds simple, but you have all these advanced openings and thinking moves ahead and trying to predict what your opponent's gonna do and where you're gonna need to move maybe 10 turns ahead, or how they're gonna checkmate your king, so you gotta get them out of there. Like, there's so much extra stuff that's really difficult to master with chess that makes it a very compelling game, but it's also very easy to learn with, you know, just the simple movements. And, you know, you gotta get the king. That's it. That's the game. So there's so much depth to it, but also a very simple design, and I think that makes it friendly for new people who want to come in and learn something new. TF2 does this really well. It's a easy game on its surface. You know, you shoot your gun at the enemy and you stand near an objective to capture it. That's pretty much it. Like, that's the game. But there's so much advanced stuff there. You know, you have rocket jumping, predicting your enemy's movement, flanking, getting behind, knowing when to actually cap the objective and when to go on a killing spree or camp the spawn, or whether or not you should take the teleporter as scout, which you shouldn't. There's so much depth in a game that's just point, click, shoot, move, capture point. Like, that's the type of game that I really like. Something simple, easy to learn on its surface, but the deeper you get into it and the more hours you have, the less you know. What is that one saying where it's the more you know, the less you know? That encapsulates TF2 perfectly, and that encapsulates any really good, solid game with a good foundation. Is the more you know, the less you know. The more there is to learn, the more there is to polish with the things that you already know. Those are the type of games that I want big companies to design again. You know, you have all these resources, make a game that actually has thought behind it. Something that you went into the market. These people, I want them to go into the market and see, okay, what is missing? And then fill in that gap instead of layering a freaking another hero shooter on top of the other 50 that we already have. There's nothing new there. And I didn't realize this at first with Deadlock, but they're making something new. They're taking two games from complete opposite genres, MOBA, hero shooter, and smashing them together perfectly to give this like perfect blend. It's amazing. And I've never seen it done properly before. You've had some other MOBAs that have tried the third person element, but it was really just kind of like an extra thing on the side. This is fully a hero movement shooter and also fully a MOBA at the same time. So you're getting the best of both worlds combined, and it's something completely new that the market doesn't have, and Valve pretty much always does this. They don't release new games, they don't release new hardware unless there is a gap in the market that isn't filled. And then they come in and fill it and destroy the competition, and it gets popular because it's something new that people actually want. Why would I move on from the one hero shooter I'm playing now to another one if the one I'm playing now I already have hundreds of hours in, or thousands of hours or something, and I already really like it? Like, there's no point in moving on. Why would I play Marvel Rivals? Why would I play what's the other one? Valorant. Like, if say I'm somebody who plays CSGO, why would I move on to that? Or I already play Overwatch, why would I move on to Marvel Rivals? There's no point. There's literally no point. You have to have incentive. Give us the incentive back. But yeah, that is going to close it out for this video. Sorry that it took so long to get out. I've been very busy, and I'm just now finally getting a chance to actually finish up this video and polish it. Hopefully I'm getting it out today, Sunday. We'll see. I'm gonna work on editing this final bit. It's probably gonna be very rough for these last few minutes. Probably just some gameplay in the background because I really want to get this one out. Couldn't really spend as much time with it as I wanted. The next video is gonna be about games with the next video is gonna be about menuless games. So that's games that immediately put you into like a hub area instead of a menu. So it's like Garden Warfare 2, Battle for Neighborville. Deadlock actually does that. That's kind of what inspired me to make the video. I'm like, the only other game I've really seen do this well are the Garden Warfare shooters. That's the only games I've ever actually seen do the menuless hub area well. So I'm gonna explore that soon. Next video should be on schedule, but yeah, that is all. Also, I do have channel memberships if you want to join. I forgot to talk about that this video. If you want to join my channel membership, I think it's like $4 a month. That would greatly support me and encourage me to make more of these videos for you guys. So I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.